Hi everybody, welcome to Knowledge Media. We are throwing a lot of videos at you at the moment, and we're going to continue because educating you in business and sharing what we know across a broad base in business is very important to us. And you will get a lot of technical videos around marketing, why it's important, the platforms that we use, but we also need to talk about the why. And that's why it's so important that you really follow this series of videos, because we really want to get into the nitty-gritty of business. And the one thing that we found out is we get a lot of clients that want to come to us to do marketing, but they don't understand their own business. And when you start asking questions about who's your ideal customer, where do you want to market, who's going to buy your product, we get these vague answers. And normally it is, when we ask who's your client, it's everybody, anything with a pulse. And no, it's not. And then we really have to start digging into that and asking the questions. So let's start at the beginning. And it's important for any small and medium-sized business to really go and think about this. And we're really going to get into depth about quite a few of these subjects to give you more information to run your business on the next level. You need to be ready for what is about to happen in the world. And we need to take cognizance for what is happening. And I'm going to do a whole talk on the impact that BRICS will have on your business, because it's something that we really have to look at. So the world economy is changing, the South African economy is changing, and therefore you as a small business or a medium-sized business must be prepared to exploit whatever opportunities come your way. So some politicians might say it's doom and gloom, but in general, there's a ton of opportunities to be exploited. People want to start with marketing because they heard they need to do marketing. They think they're going to get exponential business by doing marketing, but by doing the wrong marketing or the wrong way of focusing on the wrong clients, you're just wasting money. And you create an expectation for yourself that is not real. So let's start at the beginning. The question that we always ask people, why did you start your business? Because experience, and I've been in business for 35 years, and I can tell you experience has showed me that very few people get into business, especially small business, and eventually grows to a medium-sized business with deep, creative, economic thinking. So we find that people start businesses for all the wrong reasons. And normally it is either you don't want to be employed by a company, you're tired of being employed by a company, you got fired, you got retrenched, you need to create an income. There's a variety of reasons. But there hardly is ever I examined the market intensely and there's a specific market niche that there's a gap and I can go and exploit it by offering a specific set of services or product to the market. Very, very rarely does that happen. The result of people getting into business is that nobody really teaches them about business. Now I can tell you, my father was a chartered accountant, my mother was a lawyer, and my dad ran a very big company. And when I got into trouble with my first business, straight out of varsity, extremely clever, he didn't help me. And I said to him, Dad, why didn't you help me? He said to me, so what do I know about running a company? I know about putting together financial statements and tweaking systems and those kind of things. But I know nothing about a startup. That really shook me. And it took me on a whole journey of self-discovery and learning from the best, or trying to learn from the best in the world, to understand about business, not academics, about business and how it works and why it works that way. Right, just a moment to catch my breath. If you like the content, hit that bell and subscribe so that you can get all the notifications when we post new videos, which will be a lot. There are 4 levels in business, and we're going to make 4 separate videos around that, or 3 separate videos around that, because it's important that you understand it. When it comes to marketing, those fundamentals must be tucked away in your mind. You must understand that, and you must understand how it impacts your business. Obviously, first, you either need a technical skill or a product or service that you want to sell. Now, technical skill is preferable. You're either a lawyer or a chartered accountant or a plumber or whatever I mentioned. You've got a core skill. You trained for that. Somebody gave you a piece of paper that said that you're proficient in doing that, and that is what you can do well. I've got 5 degrees, but my primary degree is I'm a pharmacist. So I always joke with my IT guys, my IT team, and say, I can make suppositories. It's easy. Do I want to do it every day? No, absolutely not, because I didn't want to be that. I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I didn't know it at the time. I had to make some spectacular mistakes to get to a point where I understood where my purpose lies and what I really want to do in life and what really brings me joy. That is important to understand. So you've got a basic skill, and you can now offer the market either. Oh, and being a brilliant salesman is also a skill. Please understand, the economy of the entire world is based on sales. Sales is probably the most noble of professions there is. Without salesmen, the neurosurgeon cannot open up a skull. Without salesmen, the farmer cannot plant anything, cannot reap anything, cannot sell anything. Without salesmen, there will be nobody in space. Sales is an extremely noble profession, often looked down on by people with higher academic qualifications. But trust me, if you've got a girlfriend or a boyfriend, or you're married or whatever, you are in sales because you convinced somebody to go out with you at one point. So sales is the basic. Either you've got a sales skill or you've got a different technical skill. That's the very basis of opening up any business. To go and do the proper deep thinking about why you want to do the business, who you want to sell to, who's your ideal customer, and actually describe your ideal customer comes much later in the journey. The question is, and Simon Sinek wrote a book on it, and it's very important to think about that, is to start with your why. Why did you start the business? But more importantly, why do you want to be successful? And what does success mean to you? And when we engage with customers, we're not just a marketing agency. We are a business development agency. You need to help develop the business owner. If you don't develop the business owner, the business is going nowhere. There's no business on earth that develops itself. The level of your business and your life will never outgrow the level of thinking that you bring to it. Now, a very apt quote that goes with that is one that George Bernard Shaw said, and he said that 2% of people think, and 3% of people think they think, and the balance will rather die than think. Thinking is an extremely important art that you have to bring into your business life and therefore into your personal life as well. We're going to spend some time on critical thinking as well, because people don't spend enough time on thinking. Okay, so here's the bottom line. You don't know everything about business. I don't know everything about business. There's nobody on earth that knows everything about business. Therefore, there's important people in your life that you need there to understand your business and to be successful, whatever definition you put on it. But if you're in business, making money is probably very high in your agenda, because that's the nature of a business. Find a mentor. And we'll go into what it means to be a mentor and how do you identify a mentor. It's not your buddy that you're drinking beer with at the club on a Friday evening. He's struggling as much as you do, and he's probably hoping that you're paying for the beer. A mentor is somebody that's been there, that's done it, and can tell you about their failures and successes. It's much better to learn from other people's failures about your own. But more importantly, you must learn about other people's successes. If you don't learn about that, you will never know what success means. Finding a mentor is extremely important, and then surrounding yourself with the right people. And we'll continue that in the next video.